ladies and gentlemen, LevelMDiecast episode 65 Diecast haul. This one is a huge doozy. We have so much stuff to get to. It's going to be broken up into at least 2 videos. This one will be all Hot Wheels edition. I did find some of the new Fast and Furious mix. There is the mix on the back. This one's a pretty good mix. All 4 of those models are new. This is a re-release right here, which is this guy right here. The Ford F-150 SVT Lightning. This is a re-release of the first release of this. They've done this truck 3 times. So this is a re-release of the very first one. Using, a questionable wheel as far as fit and finish on it. So it still says the Racer's Edge on the side. Looks pretty decent. This is the premium version of this casting. So nice details on there. The bed is also a separate piece. You can see it's get two rivet spots there for being a separate piece. This one right here on the top is the original version of this particular deco. There's a few different changes with it. One of the changes on the back is they did change the reverse lights to be much larger. So this is the new one right here. This is the original. Actually, I got that backwards. Nope. This is the original. Just want to make sure. So the original had much smaller reverse lights, a little bit smaller taillight details. Also, the original one right here, you have SVT in white. This new one, you have SVT in what looks to be silver to me. So that definitely looks like silver, not white. So that is a difference between the two. Other than that, they use the same wheels, the same deco on the side. The reds are pretty close. The original one was definitely darker than the current one, but really not that big a deal. So we'll just throw that guy up there. Just pick a random spot. I also picked up this one. A lot of hate for this one. 2018 Bentley Continental GT3. I'm just really happy to get this casting in premium. Huge fan of the Continental. It says race inspired. So there is a Bentley on the movie, and it is in this kind of decal, but it's not the race one with the wing on it. Hot Wheels just using whatever casting they can, I think, which is fine. I'd rather than do this than re-release the same stuff over and over. It just has red deco on the top. Prints on the front look pretty good. Pretty simple though. Chrome wheels on it. Not a fan of the chrome wheels. This is actually a pretty toned down deco for this one. Bentley on the back. Tail lights done up. It's okay. It's okay. This will be coming out race day. There'll be a premium version of this casting race day. So when that one comes out, that one will be very exciting. But still happy to get another version of that one. I was able to get one of the brand spanking new castings. Toyota FJ Cruiser. This is a brand spanking new casting. To Hot Wheels Premium. So get this one out of there. This one is in a matte black. So pop this out of there. There is your matte black. Looks absolutely fantastic. It's got a spare tire on the back. It is plastic. It's not a rubber tire, but at least it's molded after the actual wheels that are on there. Taillight prints look pretty good. So prints on that look pretty good. Details around this side, again, matte black all the way around. Does have a roof rack on there, which is a separate piece. Super dark window. I don't know if there's an interior in there. You can kind of see through the window, but there does not appear to be an interior in this model. So maybe that's a little bit of a cost cutting, which is unfortunate, especially for a premium model. Prints in the front look very good. It says Toyota there in the front. Nice details, of course, metal base on there. T28 is the day code for these. That is what they're doing with all new castings right there. Just the flame logo, not actually saying Hot Wheels, but I don't know if that has an interior or not, but it certainly does not look like it has an interior to me whatsoever. All right, next one up, I did pick up Japan Historics 4. This has been pretty much beaten to death. We're just going to do this for the sake of completion. Of course, if you want to know what the model is, you have to read it on the back because it's in Japanese. So this is the 64 Prince Skyline GT. This is a brand spanking new casting. The chase model is also of this particular casting. I actually did get a chase. I bought a case, but I've moved that chase on. Not really particularly interested. So move that chase on to somebody else. Details look pretty average. I think this is a decent casting. It's okay. It's okay. So again, you guys know I'm not huge JDM, especially super classic JDM, but I do like the diversity that Hot Wheels brings to some of this stuff. This is the Corolla 11. I do know what this one is, 72 Corolla 11. This one actually looks absolutely fantastic. This is definitely my favorite one in this mix. No doubt about it. This is also a brand spanking new casting. There is the details in the back. Prints look good. Bumpers in chrome. Those are extra pieces. The print for the C-pillars, vents, logos on the side look pretty good. Just say Corolla on there. The quarter panel side mirrors are really cool too. And then there is your prints in the front. Again, another chrome bumper piece in the front. Looks very, very good. And then a matte black base. 2023 Mattel. Really, really digging that one. Really, really, really nice. Of course, right-hand drive like you'd expect it to be. Next one up, this is an existing casting. This one seems to be relatively popular. This is I think this is the Fugu Z. They just call it the Fair Lady Z. So this one in a super dark blue, like ridiculously dark blue. It looks okay. It's all right. It's all right. This casting's been pretty well used. I think this is one of the better looking castings. The over fenders are painted black, which looks good. I think the gunmetal gray wheels are a very, very nice fit. There is the print in the back. This says Fair Lady 240Z. Prints look good. Those Skyline style taillights. It's a pretty good one. That's probably, in my opinion, that's probably the best version of that casting so far. But it's not the greatest. All right, 73 Honda. First time we're seeing this one in premium. This one comes directly from the main line. 73 Honda Civic. Really, really stoked to see this one in premium. I think it was needed. I think they've done really, really good versions in the main line. Now we get one in premium to just make it even better. This is probably my favorite Honda casting that Hot Wheels does. You see the paint on this one is not good. You see all the blotchy on the door? It's like that on this side too. Look at that. Just super, super blotchy, which is unfortunate. It's a little bit of print on the quarter panel there. And then prints on the front. I love the yellow fog lights. It's so, so cool. Yeah, this is definitely my favorite Honda by far. By far. Million miles. Although their new Honda Civic in spoon livery that came out on Boulevard is actually pretty good. And then easily the weakest link in the entire mix is, of course, the RX-3. It just is. It just is, in my opinion. The RX-3 is not a particularly nice casting. Matchbox is doing an RX-3 too, but a completely different one than this one. But that'll be coming out in the premium mix, hopefully shortly. But this is the Hot Wheels RX-3. The prints look good. I do like the yellow lights in there. I'm a big fan of those yellow lights in the front. Got your LB on there for Liberty. Liberty Walk. Looks pretty good. Uses the small 4 spokes. I mean, this is a good version, but the casting is weak. The casting is just a weak casting, so we'll put that guy right there. Get him to line up a little bit with my OCD. All right, I got a couple of old school Hot Wheels. I got some original Real Riders. This is the Dream Van XGW. This one's got a couple of nicks on it. This one is not mint, but for being a Real Rider, this is in extremely good condition. Print is a little bit rough on the rear wheels. Just a little bit. Model is just a little bit dirty. I'm definitely going to be cleaning this up. Make it shine just a little bit. It does have an opening door on the side. And there is a dog sitting down in there. I do have all the modern versions of the XGW, which they removed the movable door. This one's got Hong Kong base on it. But I also got one that's even cooler. I got the white hub version, and this one is like basically new. It is ridiculously clean. It looks ridiculously good. Look how shiny that base is. Looks so good. Looks so good. So the gray hub one came out first. The white hub one came out afterwards. This one looks pretty good. Still has the opening door. This one's a little bit stiff, so don't want to push my luck, but very, very happy with that. Working on completing all of the XGW vans ever released. I'll probably do a showcase on those when I get those all finished up. All right, another old school Hot Wheels I've been searching for, which seems like forever. This is the all-metal Oshkosh plow. Metal body, metal fairings, hood, and metal base. 100% heavyweight. This one I've been trying to get for a really long time. I actually got this through a buddy. Oh man, super stiff blister. Protecto, I should say. So get the Protecto out of there because there's no need for Protecto anymore. Look how nice that card looks. Look how nice that card looks. 1988. Very, very, very old. You got to do what you got to do. So we'll get this cracked out of there. Destroy the blister. Do I feel a little bit bad about cracking this blister? Yeah, it's a really good condition blister, but you got to do what you got to do for the collection. So there is our Oshkosh plow, the all-metal version. This one is a pain in the butt to get. So they only did I believe they only did the metal one for 1 year, and then the cab and the bed, this is one piece, that switched to plastic. But the hood and the fairings here, that's one piece, that's always been metal. And of course the base has always been metal too, all the way through to the very, very end of the run. Then of course it does come with a giant snowplow in the front, which just plugs right into the opening. And then you get yourself a ridiculously cool snowplow. Probably one of the coolest Hot Wheels ever released, ever. Really, really difficult to top that particular one because that one is just ridiculously cool. All right, I got another rare wheel variation. This is with the Hot Ones, the Hot Ones in silver. So this is your Mercedes 380 SEL. The normal wheel for this is the Ultra Hots wheel. This silver Hot Ones wheel, not a huge run. I think this only ran for maybe not even 1 year for this particular wheel variation, so it's a bit tough. See, that was a brown back. So I really don't like doing the brown back ones for some reason. The brown back ones tend to bother me a little bit, especially when they're in that good a shape. But like I said, you got to do what you got to do. I open everything in the collection. There is our SEL. This does have a dog in the back. Dog saying hi out of the back window. Metal body, metal base on this one. Malaysia. Looks excellent. I really like that wheel. I think that wheel fits this model very, very well. So the only other time that we saw that wheel on this particular casting, it was the silver version with the gold ones. I don't know if we ever saw the silver ones on the silver version, but the gold ones we did for sure. All right, moving forward a little bit. We just keep rolling. We got tons more to go. Real Riders. This is the Baja Breaker. So I do have about, I don't know, 30 versions of this. I didn't have this one. You see, this one was originally priced at 40 bucks. It was on sale for 15 bucks. So 15 bucks for a Real Rider all day, any day. And in case you're wondering, yes, I am going to open it. If I paid 40 bucks for it, no, I wouldn't open it. But I paid 15 bucks for it. I'm opening it for sure. There is the card art. Details on the back. See, need that one right there. Need that one right there. This is the original Real Riders. These are not the ones that were released in this Real Rider series. They're just saying these are, you know, the original Real Riders. I do have that one. I also have that guy. I have that one blistered and loose, which is pretty nice. I have that one loose. That one loose. I don't have that one, and I don't have the Jeep because I don't collect all of them. There's just certain castings I collect. So we'll just pop right into our Baja Breaker. If I can get the blister separated. It is a very, very interesting blister. Come on. Let's see here. There we go. Making a giant mess here. There we go. There we go. All right. Boom. So I'm trying not to touch the paint as much as possible. Keep all my grubby fingerprints off of it, but there you go. It says tires that look and feel like the real thing. So very, very cool. This one looks very, very good. Baja Breaker on the plate. Nice Spectra Flame. Kind of bluish purple. I really, really like that. Full deets on the front. So did you know that the Baja Breaker and the Byway Min use the same base? Did you know that? It's kind of crazy, huh? They use the exact same base, same wheelbase and everything. They just use different bodies on them, which I thought was rather interesting. Learned something new every day. Found that on the Insta. All right, moving a little bit more current. Saline S7. This is the race version. Now there was a Hot Wheels version of this that had 5 spokes on it with the white tire lettering on it. It was a Walmart exclusive. Pretty tough piece to find. I have that one, but I never had the standard, just regular run version, which is this one. So pretty happy to finally add that to the mix. So now I have the original variation or the original version to go with the harder variation. So the Saline S7 race one is way better than the standard Saline S7, just in my opinion. I think they did a much, much better job with the race version of this casting. They didn't use this one too much. I think there's maybe only like 6 versions of this one ever released. But it's cool nonetheless. I really like that one. It looks pretty good. Chilling there. All right, another older one. This is the 2007 new models. This was the Wastelander, which ultimately became the Hot Wheels 450F. This is a variation. Couldn't tell you the rarity of it, but it is a variation. This is the black wheel variation, non-hub painted. Normally they're painted up on the lace with silver. This one is just black, and it's not an error or anything like that. It is an actual variation. It is silver on both sides. So this is the original version of this particular casting, which had a little kickstand. So you just pull it off the bottom, just slot it in that little area down there. Just so that it could sit. Nothing big with it. It says Hot Wheels on the side. Pretty sure I've covered this one on the channel before, just the regular version. It says Hot Wheels on the little kickstand right there, which is interesting because is it backwards? Oh no, it's not backwards. Just the molding of it is not very good. All right, another older Hot Wheels motorcycle here. This is the Pit Cruiser. Working on just, cleaning up motorcycles. So just something new, something different. You guys know I collect pretty much everything underneath the sun. So there's not really any rhyme or reason to what I do. So pretty much if I like it, I will roll with it. If there's nothing to collect, I will find something new to collect. So there is the Pit Cruiser in silver. Looks pretty good. You guys know I like silver. And silver looks good on pretty much everything. All of my real life cars have silver. They're all in silver. So put that down there. A couple more motorcycles here. I got one of the older versions of the Canyon Carver. So I do have maybe 4 versions of this particular casting. But I did not have this one in white. It's a very, very narrow and small motorcycle. Just a little windshield on the front. This particular one is pretty straightforward. It says Canyon Carver on the side. You can barely read that, but it's there. So print's not that great on this particular one. So realistically, it's kind of an average. It's average. All right, this one is very, very nice. This one is the Ducati 1098R. This is a new casting, 2010 new models. I actually customized one of these way back in the day. One of the first customs I ever did. As far as like painting and not just wheel swapping, I haven't done customs in for years and years and years and years. But I did pick one of these up. It was really, really cool. The Ducati was a big deal back then for Hot Wheels. And I just basically just detailed it up. So this one's pretty good. Just in red. Just has your Ducati 1098R on the side. Nothing fancy. A little bit of print on the top. But other than that, just a pretty average one. Just has the open swing arm, which is pretty cool. That was also a pretty big deal at the time, too. I think people thought that you couldn't do that with Hot Wheels, but you could definitely do that. All right, the last older one I have, and we'll move into very current stuff. 2007 new models, Buick Grand Nationals. This is the original version of the Grand National. There was 2 colors when it debuted in 2007. This is a fantastic, fantastic casting. Very first one in black. Of course, it says Grand National there on the side. Looks good. No prints on the back other than that. Just completely black, completely murdered black. But the good thing about this one is this was the original version, so it had the opening hood. So just get that to pop for us. So it pops up and then moves out. Remember correctly. Get this to cooperate with us a little bit. Let me pop this. All right. It's a little bit stiff on there, but there is the engine detail that in there. Of course, the entire front end pops off of there. There is the front end piece right there. Looks pretty good. So it does slot into the bottom. You see there's this little like kind of tab right there. Slide it in right there for the bottom of the bumper. And then you just push down on the top. And it just snaps right in there. Stays on there pretty good. Like I said, that was a very, very good version. Really like that one. That casting's since been redone. It does not open anymore, by the way, which is a huge bummer. All right, so I do have a bunch of the new silver premium stuff. This is the new Transformers set. This is number 1. This is the custom Volkswagen Beetle silver label premium. This is for Transformers 1. So this is, of course, you know, Bumblebee. There is your Transformers logo on there on the side. Wheels look pretty decent. Print on the top just says Volkswagen. Prints on the headlights looks pretty good as well. Uses the new, you know, silver line wheels. This one does have a metal base. So very, very cool about that. And then just a black interior. Nothing particularly fancy with that one, so just throw that one up there. All right, number 2 in the mix, Corvette C7R. I feel like this one's just a filler. Although I do think they have done a Corvette as a Transformer recently. But I think this one's just a filler because they did this for neon speeders and stuff. So they're probably just using the castings they have readily available. This one does have a plastic base. There is your Transformers logo on there. Again, it uses the newer wheels. Does have print all the way around. Even has a little bit of print on the top of the wing, which looks pretty good. So unfortunately, that is the one with the upslope chin, which is the track version, which is not very good. And here is number 3. Number 3 is the Ford Mustang GT. In case you're wondering why there's nothing on the screen, to my knowledge, nobody has ever found one. So I don't know if there's one in the mix or not. That is what it's supposed to look like. But I have yet to find anybody who's seen one, and I haven't seen any post up on eBay. Good old Evil Bay. All right, so we're going to move to number 4. This is the Bugatti Veyron. So this one actually seems to be several in the mix because there's no Mustang in the mix. There's a lot of Bugattis in there, which is fine. Lack of Bugattis usually is not a good thing. So I think there'll be plenty of people with access to the Bugatti. Print on the front looks good. I think the black and blue is a fantastic combination. I wish the blue print on the wheels was the same as the car, though. I don't like the chrome blue logos, or chrome blue paint. There is your Autobot logo right there on the fender. Full prints in the back, just says EB, chrome interior. It is a plastic base. So, and this is, of course, the new version of the Bugatti Veyron, the new casting for the Veyron. And then number 5 was just popping out there a second ago, Pagani Huayra. Pulling out the Pagani Huayra in kind of a maroon color with some black. A lot of print on this one, looks pretty good. It says Huayra on the back there. And then, of course, there is your Transformers logo. Uses the same wheel as everybody else, just in black. And then there's your prints on there. Pagani Huayra. It's all right. This is an all right version. Plastic base on this one. You know, for being premium, that one's pretty subpar, to be honest with you. All right, next silver label set. We're going to go backwards with this one. This is the Fast and Furious, the newest mix of the Fast and Furious. So we had Women of Fast, we had Dominic Toretto. This is just regular Fast and Furious, and then there'll be Brian O'Connor. So this one, Porsche 911 GT3 RS, we have seen this one about, I don't know, 9 times I think it's been released. But in all fairness, this one does sport a new wheel, because of course it sports the new premium wheel. Also, the original versions of this were a plastic wing. They've since moved to a metal wing a number of years ago, so it hasn't been super recent. Lensed headlights for this particular casting. There's a Porsche symbol printed on the front. Side marker light looks pretty good. Still no taillight prints. I think we could have got taillight prints. I don't know why we couldn't get taillight prints, but other than that, it's all right. I mean, I'll take it. It's another Porsche, and it's got different wheels on it, so I guess it's enough. It's enough. All right, number 4 of 5. Finally, we get rid of that ugly 350Z they've been using for DK's Drift 350Z and made a brand spanking new casting. This is a brand spanking new casting, 100% brand new. Finally, properly sized, properly done up to bring some justice to DK himself. This one looks fantastic, and this one has a metal base too. So this one is a heavyweight. Does use those 5-spoke, kind of those Ferrari kind of 5-spoke wheels. The gunmetal gray with all the black bits printed on it looks very, very good. No taillight prints, which is just pathetic. You know, for a premium model and getting no prints on the back, that is just ridiculous. And very, very minimal prints on the front. So, very, very disappointed we don't get any prints in the back, but the casting itself is fantastic. Casting looks really, 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 really good. Very, very impressed with that one. I'm happy that we finally get a proper 370Z. All right, another brand spanking new casting in this mix, 66 Chevy Impala. Of course, this is from Fast X. This is the one that Jason Momoa drives, you know, being the crazy guy, the antagonist in the movie. It is in purple, just like you would expect from the movie. This is a pretty decent casting. It is metal base as well. So very, very nice. Uses the newer wheels as well. Prints on the taillights, prints on the trunk lid, looks pretty good. And then there is the deets on the front. There are prints on there for the headlights and the turn signals. But other than that, just pretty straightforward. It does say Super Sport on the side. It's a pretty decent casting. It's not all Hot Wheelsified, so I'm really happy about that. It does have big wheels in the back, but it's relatively toned down overall. So we'll move that guy right there. All right, next one up. This one is the Di Tommaso Pantera. This is the same casting we've been seeing in Boulevard. So there is the entire mix, by the way. So we saved the best for last. Next one's going to be the best one, in my opinion, because I'm super biased. So pull out our Di Tommaso Pantera. I'm a little disappointed that we don't get a metal base on this one because they've been running this through Boulevard, so I feel like it would have been easier to just make this a metal base, but they did not. It says Di Tommaso Pantera GT4 on the side. Very, very good. This one has prints all the way around. You see all the side marker lights. This one is very, very good. Taillight prints done up as well. I really like it. I really like it a lot. I love this casting. I think this casting is absolutely fantastic. A lot of people don't like it, but I think that Di Tommaso is very, very, very cool. All right, best one in the mix because it's an R33, period. Yes, this is the third or fourth time we're seeing this one re-released as well from the original Fast and Furious. So we'll pull this out of there. This one does get a metal base, so very, very happy about that. Get that knocked out right off the bat. Of course, it uses the new silver label wheels. There will be quite a bit of print differences between this one. The print on the side is very, very toned down compared to the previous premium releases that they have. So that's good enough to be different. The taillights are a little bit different as well. It says GTR on there with some gritty. The only thing I don't like about the yellow painted base is because of this exhaust. I would have much rather had a black base, but then you'd add this black lip on the front, which needs to be body colored. There's a little bit of print in there for the lower grille, but very, very, very cool. Really, really excited about that one. Happy we get to see another R33 roll through. All right, taken forever, but now we're getting into the main lines. Well, hopefully the lighting will cooperate with us. This is a mix of the last I needed of the M case and, of course, all of P case. So first off, Mercedes-Benz Unimog U1300. This is the second color for the year. We've already seen one in red. Now we're getting this one in orange. Just says Vaughn on the side. This is just a true recolor. It does have the muddy tires on it though, which is kind of cool. I do like that look. So nothing particularly fancy with that. This one is from the P case as well. This is the newest color for Total Disposal, the tuned trash truck. So this is also the second color we're seeing for this year. Recycling stayed green, uses the Steelies. It is a all plastic body with a metal base. It looks okay. So put this guy, I guess we'll put him in there since we have a little bit of space. License model right here. This one is from the P case. This is the second color for the Silverado EV RST. New casting for 2024, debuted in blue. Now in black. Looks pretty good. Taillight prints up there. Nothing particularly fancy. Nothing printed in the back. Those are done with the side pass. Uses the same wheel as the blue one. Has pretty much the same print as well. And then it just says RST in the grille. There's a little bit of surfboards in the back. I guess I never really noticed that. A couple surfboards in there. Nothing particularly fancy. I'll put that up there. All right, second color for the Rink Racer. The first one was in kind of a blue-purple with a white tank. New one now is in green with a gray tank. This is a ridiculously Hot Wheelsified Zamboni. It's got a rear diffuser and all kinds of craziness on it. I think it's kind of cool, though. I think it's kind of cool. This does not... Oh, it does come off. Look at that. I didn't realize that piece came up. But there you go. I don't know if I pulled that off when I opened up the first version, but that's pretty cool. And then just uses the spiral wheels. There's a little bit of print on there, but it's like super, super subtle. Like, I mean, like tiny, tiny, super subtle. Almost like it wasn't supposed to have any print, almost. I'll throw that in there. All right, this one is also from the P case. This is the latest color for the 70 Dodge Charger, the tuned version. So we have seen it in black, and then we saw it in black with a red stripe. Now we see it in a true new color, silver with black striping in the back. So this one is not Fast and Furious style. This one's just Charger style. Looks pretty good. Does have RT on the side. Looks good. The striping does match up pretty well all the way around the back, which is pretty nice. A little bit of a premium style of print for that one. The Koenigsegg, this is the newest color for the Jesko. This is also from the PK. It's this one in orange. We've seen this one in purple earlier in the year, now in orange. A couple of striping details on there. This one does not have print for the ghost on the back, though, which is unfortunate. But it does say Koenigsegg on the plate, and then just has a little bit of print there for the exhaust. Uses the same wheel that I think we've seen on that since it was a new casting. I don't think we've ever seen any other wheel other than that one. Also, another second color for the McLaren P1. We saw this earlier in the year in kind of a baby blue. This one in kind of a dark maroon, kind of a wine red wine. Still uses that lace wheel, which I think fits this car exceptionally well. Full deets on the front. Does have the McLaren symbol on there as well. And then prints in the back. Taillights look pretty good. This guy's had pretty much the same prints his whole life as well, unless it was, you know, a premium version. And we got some better ones. Another second color for this year, brand new for 2024. This is the Birthday Burner. This is the newest color. This one in all kinds of pinks and blues. I do like these generics. I just think they're cool. I just think they're nice and fun. You know, I would never pay like, you know, premium prices for a generic, but, you know, for a $1.50 car, I'll take it. It's just kind of a fun little break from the monotony of everything else. It looks pretty good. Nothing particularly fancy. It's basically just a giant piece of cake, which really, really stands out with those colors. Like, really stands out. All right, next one up, Desert Drifter. This is the third color for this car. I think maybe the fourth color. I think this is also the second color for this particular year. This one looks pretty good, though. Not too shabby. Popping this one out. There is the deets. It just says Desert Drifter. Not Desert Drifter. Desert Drifter. I always call it a Desert Drifter. It's a Desert Drifter. This one is in lemon. We've seen cherry. We've seen blueberry. I think we've seen kiwi maybe. Now this one in lemon, which I think is really, really cool that they print that on the top. There is an interior in there. There's a driver in there, but you can barely see him. It looks pretty decent. He's down in there driving, so throw that there. Let's see here. Another one for the P case. This one is the second color for Mailed It. First one was in blue. This is the Hot Wheelsified, you know, tuned mail truck, which I think is a cool little addition. There is the deets. Little dog on the side. It says always on time. Kinda. Turbos on the front. Looks pretty good. You know, it's drag racing style. That one is kind of cool. So, just steely wheels on there, nothing particularly fancy. Get that popped into there. I think this one's from, nope, this one's also from the P case. This is a brand new casting. Aston Martin DB4 GT High Speed Edition. Brand new casting for this year. Very, very cool looking casting. This one is in Zamek. So that is its debut color in Zamek. Just super, super cool. It's like Bonneville Salt Flat style. It's got the white wheels on there, which looks super, super cool. It's just nice and slow and slung. Low and slung. Looks good. Details out the back. Base deets. I really like this one. It's pretty cool. It's different. I like it. It's definitely different. So throw that guy there. Running out of room on the screen. We still have so many cars to go. All right, 94 Toyota Supra tuned version P case. This is the second release. This is from Too Fast and Too Furious. The Supra that wrecks at the beginning of the movie, unfortunately. But this is that one. Looks pretty good. prints on the front, prints on the hood, deco on the side. Definitely a little bit tuned style to the print as well. It's definitely not trying to be super hyper realistic. But I do like these tuned versions. I think they're kind of cool. So I would think at some point in time we may see a tuned 5-pack from Hot Wheels. I wouldn't be surprised. Let's see here. Lost track. All right, another one from the P case. This is the Donut Drifter. So this is also the second color for the year. Another second color. We've already seen this one earlier this year. And there goes the lighting, but we'll be okay. So this one also comes, this one will also be coming out in a new Super Rig set. There'll be a Super Rig set that comes with the Donut Drifter. It'll be a brand new casting. They did show it off at the convention. It'll hold 2 of these in there, but you only get 1 with it. Again, just a nice little freestyle casting, just something that I think is kind of cool. I like the little freestyleness to it. All right, Tesla Model S Plaid. This is a brand new casting for 2024. Do we really need another one? No, but Hot Wheels decided we're going to get a new one. I don't really think we needed the actual plaid because it's really not that much different. Prints on the front look pretty good. Uses the same wheel we've seen on a lot of Tesla Model S's. The details on the back, it says Hot Wheels Plaid on the plate. I mean, it's all right. It's all right. There's a wing on the back. It's okay. It's okay. I don't really feel like we really needed another one of the Teslas, but like I said, Hot Wheels decided that we do. All right, yet another second color for the year. This is the Speed Bump. We've seen this one earlier this year. This is the only one that's been released in the mainline from the Crushed Car series. We haven't seen the van or the wagon or the Caprice either. So they're just spoon feeding these to us. For Hot Wheels art cars, I really, really do like these Crushed Cars. They're just so good. And of course they're molded so that they roll perfectly flat. It's just the way that the casting's molded, so it's all tweaked. I think they did a fantastic job making a Crushed Car. They did a really, really good job, and I'm glad that this comes to the main line so that we can get a little bit of diversity without having to buy monster trucks. All right, new color for the Mustache. We've seen this before. This is the second color for the year. This one in silver. First one was in kind of a, if I remember correctly, kind of a red color, kind of a maroon red color maybe. So the Mustache, I think this one looks significantly better than the original version. It says the Incredible Mustache Special, 43, family free. Silver with the steelies and the red thing. It's got a moving feature. So the little piece here, there we go. And then you would just hold this on your mouth and you would, or above your lips, and you'd have a mustache. So you just hold it up there. So if you're looking through the screen right now, maybe you have a mustache. So that is the purpose of that. If you don't want to use it as that, it looks pretty good just sitting right there. Looks a little bit more proper. I think Hot Wheels is getting a little bit creative with trying to make moving features, moving things, operating things. All right, P case. This would be your super if it was a super, but it's not a super, so this is the regular Lamborghini Huracan LP622 Super Trofeo. So this would be the super for the P case. This one in red does use the arrow blades in the front. Looks pretty good. The multi-spoke in the back. Number 6, some print on the hood. Looks good. No taillight prints or anything on the back, unfortunately. But a little bit of print on the side of the wing for whatever reason. I don't think we really necessarily needed that, but we'll put that there. I know, this case is ginormous, everybody. All right, more P case. This is the Ford GT, the 2017 Ford GT. I have not been collecting this casting because I just haven't. But I think this one looks pretty good in white. So it's pretty much just like a regular white. And then it's got some red striping. The prints for the headlights look very, very good. No taillight prints or anything, but I was looking at this casting and I was like, man, this casting looks pretty good. It's pretty good. So I decided I'd start collecting that particular casting. So I actually got 2 older ones just to throw in there real quick. So this one right here from back in the day. This one in black. So we'll pop this one out of there. This one was from one of the Then and Now sets. No taillight prints, but it did get full prints on the side, prints on the top, headlights done up as well. In black, looks pretty good, so throw that guy there. And then I got this one right here for Hot Wheels Turbo. This one in black. I'm sorry, blue with black stripes. Also a previous version. I think this might have been last year's version. So I got a couple of older ones. I still got a ways to go. They've used this casting for quite a little bit. We've also seen a few premium versions, but I do think I have all the premium versions. I just didn't have the mainline versions. All right, this one's left over from the M case. This one's one I couldn't find from the M case. 49 Drag Merc. This is just in Zamek, but it's not a Zamek. It is just in Zamek, which I think Hot Wheels should do a lot more Zameks, but they don't. So there is your Merc. Looks pretty good. This is a casting that's been around for quite some time. Oh, it says 2023. Wonder if they modified something or changed the casting. So we've had a Drag Merc for quite a while. Very, very interesting. I don't think it's a new casting, but according to the base, it is. So we're going to roll with what Hot Wheels tells us. It's a brand new casting. It looks good. I'll take it. You know, it's like I said, I don't think it's a new casting, but apparently it is. All right, P case. We're almost there, ladies and gentlemen. Gordon Murray Automotive T50S. Brand spanking new casting for 2024. Hopefully we get a secondary color for this. This one's actually been quite difficult to obtain. This has been a very popular model, or it's only like one or two in a case. So this one in kind of a burnt orange, a little bit of black print on the side, not that great a detail to it. Bit of a fan car. This looks pretty decent. It's all right. I do like the fact that it's different. You know, this is, if I remember correctly, it's the same guy that built the original McLaren F1, now building his own stuff on his own terms. P case as well. This is the second color for the RX-7. We've seen the Project X before this year. I think it was in white. Now it's in blue, or Project U. My apologies. So this one in blue. The blue is fantastic. This one looks really, really good. I like the white wheels on there. This is Hot Wheels graphics. There's the details on the other side. It does have taillight prints, which is pretty nice. Even says Mazda RX-7 on the back. No prints on the front though, but you can't win them all. Can't win them all. I know you can't even see that. All right, getting down to the last couple of cars, a keychain. This is the second color for the Porsche 911 Carrera, the keychain. Second release for the year as well. Just constantly. This case is nothing but twos. The second one, second one, second one. So it says Hot Wheels on the side. Unfortunately, it doesn't say Porsche. It's Hot Wheels. So there is the base. And of course, the top is in white. Does have a Porsche symbol. Looks pretty good. I can tell you this one right now, if you were to use this one as a keychain, it would be destroyed pretty much instantly. Although I do feel like the paint is extra thick. The paint definitely feels significantly thicker on this than it does. Oh, look, it says Porsche on the other side. So that's cool. Porsche on one side, Hot Wheels on the other. But the paint feels very thick comparative to other Hot Wheels cars. So that could be a very, very good thing. So we're going to make some space for a keychain up there, just so it's chilling. And then the last main line I have from the P case, the Tread Shredder. So again, just another motorcycle. Haven't seen this one for a little bit. This is the Flat Track Racer. Looks pretty good. This one in a satin black with the dirty tires and silver print for the wheels. Just says Tread Shredder on there. Looks pretty good. Number 920. So not too shabby. So throw that there. Now, one last model. I know this has been one of the most ridiculously long videos, and this is only part one. So if you're still watching, man, I appreciate you. You have no idea. All right, Elite64, very last Hot Wheels in part number one, Diecast Haul, episode 65. This is the 318 Touring, the BMW wagon. This is the latest Elite64 model. So we'll get this popped out of there. Now we do hold on to the packaging, so let's see here. We'll crack it from the bottom. At least I'll attempt to crack it from the bottom. Has some pretty seriously thick blisters. There we go. Get that cracked. Get it bent up. Get the model out. We'll insert back in there. Back in the Protecto to basically never see the light of day again. All right, so there is our Elite64 BMW. Looks pretty good. You know, it's slammed, so Hot Wheelsified. This one's very interesting because it has lensed tail lights, which look very, very good. There is some print down there for the little additional bumper light. It says Hot Wheels on tour, BMW logo on there as well. The M colors striped down both sides look excellent. The side mirrors look very, very good. These side mirrors look like they are added on. They don't look like they're part of the, oh, they are part of the casting. So they are metal, so you shouldn't have to worry about them breaking. The sunroof is popped open. And then there is the base Dietz. Looks very, very good. The exhaust piece is its own special piece. But this one does have a little functioning feature to it. So take that off and then take a look at the front end. It also has lensed headlights, which is very, very cool. So lensed headlights on there. Details look very good. But there is the engine bay. Yes, the engine pops off. There is your inline six. Looks pretty good. Does have a tower strut bar. I'm not really sure what the blue print is for, but it's there. And just a little white print on the top. Looks pretty good. The two little holes you see on the side here, that is what holds the hood down. So there is your hood. There has some BMW color print on there. And then there is your BMW logo, which is not a very good print, especially for it being an Elite64 model. So you just set the hood on there. So it stays on there just fine. But it's not bad. It's not bad. It's definitely one of the better Elite64s. But again, not particularly fancy. So let's see, we'll put this there just so we can have an Elite64 up there. All right, there you go. One of the most ridiculously long videos. I do apologize, but I'm really appreciative you're still watching. This is just part one, so we got part two coming up. Crazy, crazy haul time. Lots of stuff added. And drop a comment. As always, appreciate you. Don't forget to subscribe. Level M. Peace.